Eden House is a day and outreach service which delivers a range of interventions working with female offenders. All of the women who come to this service are a medium and above risk of offending and reoffending. Around 60% of the referrals come from probation, prison, police, and about 40% come from other services such as drug and alcohol services, ET services, doctors, nurses, any organisation can refer into the service. They just need to have a risk of offending or reoffending. So all of the women referred to the service normally have 4 or more support needs. These range across a variety of areas, including things like drugs and alcohol, housing. Some women have issues with sex working, and around 90% of the women who come to the service have issues around domestic violence, sexual abuse as a child, things like that. So the work that we do aims to address their offending behaviour alongside meeting their support needs, which are very complex. And those 2 pieces of work come together hand in hand. You can't get them to think about the way they behave in their community or their offending without addressing the issues that face them day to day. The Eden House provision includes a range of services that we run on site, including courses that people can attend, one-to-one sessions, counselling. We try and overcome their barriers they might have to engagement, so we give them bus passes to make sure they can arrive. We go and do outreach in the community sometimes if that's appropriate. We'll try and meet people in the prisons. We go to probation offices. We'll go to their surgeries if that's what they need, their doctor's surgeries. The provisions on site include working with a number of different agencies from the community, such as drug and alcohol agencies, domestic violence agencies, and they come on site and run things for us. One of these provisions is the ESF funded tribal provision. They deliver a range of courses and one-to-one groups on site which meet the needs of our women through an ET pathway. The courses vary depending on the need of the current group, and those groups can be of any size between around 9 women, but sometimes it's just 1 or 2 women who come in. And the beauty of this work is that the tutors that Tribal provide for us are responsive to those needs and to those groups, so the women achieve a lot as a result of that work. The delivery of the tribal work on site, the ESF funded work, is managed in a number of different ways. We have a course tutor who comes on site and provides courses 2 or 3 days a week for us, which means that there's 3 or 4 courses running at any different point, which meets the needs of the women because we're dealing with a minority group within offenders and all of them have very different needs. So the course tutor manages a group of women, getting them to address their offending behaviour and think about the consequences of their behaviour. She also runs groups such as citizenship and healthy living to try and get people to live well and better. And all of the delivery is modelled around pro-social behaviour, so we hope to encourage the clients to become better neighbours, to become better members of the community generally. In addition, we work in partnership with Tribal and Probation ETE to deliver a package called the Low Intensity FOSA. That's a female offender specified activity requirement. This is a court-ordered requirement for women who are at low risk of offending, who might otherwise escalate within the criminal justice system. The Education, Training, Employment Probation Service will meet with the woman and assess them for suitability for the group, and that'll be the woman's first appointment on site with this order. They'll then go into a course that's run by one of our tutors that's specifically for this programme, and it's 4 days worth of training which focuses on the way they behave, the behaviour which has caused them to go to court in the first place. And with this group of women, it's often because they aren't paying bills, they're getting fines, they're not paying their council tax, they're not opening post, they don't attend court, and therefore they're escalating within the criminal justice system. So this group work is designed to break that cycle, to get these women to engage differently with those processes and to start paying their bills and to manage themselves better. After 6 sessions, they will have the opportunity to engage in onward referral to other services such as training and employment opportunities, volunteer work maybe, or other educational options which they will be identified throughout their time. That's a new order that we've worked with the courts to develop and is being used well, and we're really happy with the outcome rate for those without work at the moment. Feedback from the magistrates is that they felt that there was an unmet need in this area, so they're happy that we've been able to respond to that work.